So I made it to Harvard.
Did you know that Rihanna went to Harvard University? But not in the way that you think. In this video, we're gonna learn some practical English with Rihanna and her incredible speech at Harvard University. First, we'll watch part of the clip with subtitles.
We're all human. And we all just want a chance. A chance at life, a chance at an education, a chance at a future, really. And at CLF, our mission is to impact as many lives as possible. But it starts with just one. Just one. As I stare out into this beautiful room, I see optimism, I see hope, I see the future. I know that each and every one of you has the opportunity to help someone else. All you need to do is help one person, expecting nothing in return. To me, that is a humanitarian.
Now, we'll break down the vocabulary and watch the rest of her speech. Stay tuned to see what Rihanna believes everyone should do to make the world a better place.
We're all human, and we all just want a chance.
Rihanna is saying that everyone wants the opportunity to be able to do something or for something to happen. But chance can also mean the possibility of something happening. For example, the weather forecast today says there's an 80% chance of rain, meaning there is a very high possibility that it will rain today.
And we all just want a chance. A chance at life, a chance at an education, a chance at a future, really.
Really means an actual fact. For example, when someone says, "So, what really happened?" they want you to tell the truthful story of an event that occurred.
A chance at a future, really. And at CLF, our mission is to impact as many lives as possible.
The Clara Lionel Foundation is a non-profit organization founded by Rihanna that funds education and emergency preparedness. It honors her grandparents, Clara and Lionel. It also goes by the name CLF, which is an acronym. Acronyms are abbreviations or shortened versions of names or phrases. Instead of saying the Clara Lionel Foundation, it's a lot quicker to say CLF, and people will still know which company you're referring to. Acronyms in general are very popular and a part of daily language. For instance, VIP stands for Very Important Person. ASAP stands for As Soon As Possible. And PC stands for Personal Computer. Impact can have a lot of different meanings. In this case, it means to have a strong effect on someone or something. For example, if your job pays you less this month, it will impact how you pay your bills, buy groceries, and other purchases throughout the month. So when Rihanna says impact as many lives as possible, she meant that she wants her organization to help as many people as possible.
And at CLF, our mission is to impact as many lives as possible. But it starts with just one. Just one. As I stare out into this beautiful room, I see optimism.
The actual definition for stare out means to look directly into someone's eyes without fear. But in this case, Rihanna just means that she is looking at everyone in the audience. Optimism is the hopefulness and confidence that the result of something will be successful. When Rihanna says in her speech that she sees optimism, she means that when she looks out at these Harvard graduates, she can notice that they are hopeful and confident that they will be successful. The opposite of optimism is pessimism, which means the belief that the worst will happen, or to see the worst in things. So, if someone calls you a pessimist, trust me, it's not a compliment.
As I stare out into this beautiful room, I see optimism, I see hope, I see the future. I know that each and every one of you has the opportunity to help someone else.
Each and every one of you means every individual in a group. You can simply just say everyone, but native speakers tend to use the phrase each and every one to add emphasis. For instance, instead of saying, I love all my siblings, I can add emphasis by saying, I love each and every one of my siblings.
I know that each and every one of you has the opportunity to help someone else. All you need to do is help one person, expecting nothing in return.
Expecting means to consider probable or certain. In other words, you are pretty confident you think something will happen. There is also an alternate meaning used with the verb to be expecting. For instance, when a woman says, I am expecting, she is saying that she is pregnant. So, she is expecting to have a baby in the near future. In return means as a response, exchange, or reward for something. She means that you should help someone because you want to help them and you're being kind. You shouldn't help them because you think you will get something from them.
All you need to do is help one person, expecting nothing in return. To me, that is a humanitarian.
A humanitarian is a person who wants to help promote the well-being of humans. Rihanna is a humanitarian because she created CLF to help people. This improves these people's overall lives and what their futures can look like. Another famous humanitarian is Angelina Jolie. For over 20 years, she volunteered with the UN to show support for refugees.
To me, that is a humanitarian. People make it seem way too hard, man.
The definition of seem will depend on the context. In this case, it means to give the impression of having a particular quality. What Rihanna means by this is that people give the impression that being a humanitarian is harder than it really is. But sometimes seem can mean something else, like to be unable to do something, even though you tried. And seam can even be confused with seam, meaning a line where two fabrics are sewn together. Words that sound the same can cause subtitles on YouTube or Netflix to be unreliable. For example,
And I would say to myself,
YouTube thinks Rihanna is saying, I was failing myself, when she actually is saying, I would say to myself. This is why I recommend learning languages with FluentU. On FluentU, you learn by watching authentic videos in English that all have accurate subtitles because they're made by language experts. And the best part is that the subtitles are interactive. So, when you see an unfamiliar word, you can just click on it to see a context-specific definition, along with real-world example videos, like movie scenes, TED Talks, and music videos. After each video, you can take a personalized quiz and answer speaking questions so you can actually practice everything you're learning. You can try it for free by signing up for a 2-week trial using the link in the description below. Plus, FluentU is currently having a sale, so now is a great time to check it out.
People make it seem way too hard, man. You don't have to be rich to be a humanitarian. You don't gotta be famous. You don't even have to be college educated.
Gotta is an informal contraction, meaning have got to. It's definitely not considered proper English, so don't write this in a formal paper for school or work. But it's perfectly acceptable to say when you're talking with friends, since friends typically keep things casual and informal. For instance, when I'm with my friends and I realize I need to leave, it's very common for me to say, I gotta go, bye. College educated means you were educated at an institution that provides a bachelor's degree or higher. So what Rihanna means by saying that you don't have to be famous or college educated is that anyone can be a humanitarian. Anyone can help someone. You don't need money or a degree to be kind.
You don't even have to be college educated. But it starts with your neighbor, the person right next to you.
Right has a lot of different meanings. But in this clip, Rihanna means exactly or directly. She's using the word right to emphasize the exact location of the person. Just like how the subscribe button is right there. So make sure to hit that if you're enjoying today's video. And so you don't miss out on our upcoming videos like Learning English with Harry Potter.
But it starts with your neighbor, the person right next to you, the person sitting next to you in class, the kid down the block in your neighborhood.
Down the block is a common phrase in English, meaning someone who lives several houses away, but on the same block. A block is a specific area in town made up of different streets, usually in a rectangle or square area. For instance, you can see in this photo of Barcelona, Spain, this block is visibly a rectangle. So, if you were to say, I love the burger restaurant on this block, you'd be talking about this area.
The person sitting next to you in class, the kid down the block in your neighborhood. You just do whatever you can to help in any way that you can.
In this clip, whatever means in any amount or to any extent. Rihanna means that if there is anything you can do to help someone, you should. For instance, if someone is going through a hard time, it's very common to say something like, whatever you need, I'm here for you. You are letting them know that you want to help them with anything they need to feel better. Whatever is also a common slang word in English. It's very similar to never mind. Someone will say this when something bothers them and they don't want to talk about it. I'm so sorry that your crush didn't show up to the party. It's whatever. If you're finding these words and phrases helpful, make sure to download our free PDF vocab guide with all of this useful information from today's video.
You just do whatever you can to help in any way that you can. And today I want to challenge each of you to make a commitment to help one person.
Making a commitment means to dedicate yourself to something like a person or a cause. For instance, if you get hired for a job, you are making a commitment to work for that company.
And today I want to challenge each of you to make a commitment to help one person. One organization, one situation that touches your heart.
Touches your heart is an idiom, which is a phrase that has a non-literal meaning attached to it. So, no, Rihanna doesn't literally mean the physical act of touching your heart. She means to make someone feel empathy. For instance, commercials about adopting animals always touch my heart.
One organization, one situation that touches your heart. My grandmother always used to say, if you got $1, there's plenty to share.
Got means to have or to hold something. For instance, Kylie Jenner's got so many nice cars. Plenty means a large or sufficient amount or quantity. In other words, more than enough. If you have 3 apples, you can share 2 apples with others because you have plenty. So, what Rihanna means by her grandma's quote is that even if you only have a little bit of money or time, there's always enough to share with others and help them.
My grandmother always used to say, if you got $1, there's plenty to share. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was my honor.
It was my honor is a phrase that means it was a pleasure or privilege.
So I made it to Harvard.
Made it means accomplished something. So to recap, Rihanna wasn't there because she made it to Harvard in the sense of getting to study there. She made it to Harvard to accept the award. That's why she's thanking them. Just like she thanks all her fans for coming to her concerts, when really we should all be thanking her for being queen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was my honor.
Now, let's wrap up by watching the clip without subtitles.
We're all human. And we all just want a chance. A chance at life, a chance at an education, a chance at a future, really. And at CLF, our mission is to impact as many lives as possible. But it starts with just one. Just one. As I stare out into this beautiful room, I see optimism. I see hope. I see the future. I know that each and every one of you has the opportunity to help someone else. All you need to do is help one person, expecting nothing in return. To me, that is a humanitarian. People make it seem way too hard, man. You don't have to be rich to be a humanitarian. You don't gotta be famous. You don't even have to be college educated. But it starts with your neighbor, the person right next to you, the person sitting next to you in class, the kid down the block in your neighborhood. You just do whatever you can to help in any way that you can. And today I want to challenge each of you to make a commitment to help one person, one organization, one situation that touches your heart. My grandmother always used to say, if you got $1, there's plenty to share. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was my honor.
Rihanna truly is a pop icon, just like Miley Cyrus. And her new song, Flowers, that's about her divorce with ex-husband Liam Hemsworth. Check it out right here. I'll see you over there.